Welcome back to Game of Thrones, the RPG. Alright. I'm guessing... Alright. Let's check up, first and foremost.
Very well. I left... Where did he go? Something happened here. If Gorn's men had killed Poddy, there would be traces of blood. He must have dropped his bow and abandoned this position when Gorn came upon us. I'll follow his tracks to find out where he ran off to.
Well, no reason to leave a good bow behind. Alright. Oh, and I guess I need to use the dog to determine where he ran to. Okay. Yeah, he just so happens to be a skin changer. Okay.
The footprints show that Poddy was alone. There can be no doubt. The Craven wasn't being chased by wildlings. He just ran. He headed south through the forest, straight towards Molestown. If I don't catch him before he gets to the village, I'll lose his trail for good. This boy seems hot-tempered. I can feel his hostile nature from here.
My lord, you're a brother of the Night's Watch, are you not?
Yes. Why?
No reason. I was just curious. It's rare to come across your sort alone in the forest.
Speaking of which, what are you doing here?
I'm not alone, my lord. My family's not far.
Your family, you say? What brings you to this area?
Nothing special. We're always traveling, here and there. We buy, we barter, we sell.
You should join them. These woods may be under the protection of the Night's Watch, but it is not safe to walk here alone.
Very well, my lord.
Silence! Someone's coming.
Good day, my lord.
I crossed paths with a young man who claimed to be traveling in the area with his family. I imagine he was talking about you?
Indeed. He told us that he'd run into a brother of the Night's Watch. What can we do for you? We can sell you some equipment, if you wish.
Let's see what you have to sell.
Follow Aaron. He'll take you to our cart. Our father will show you what we have to offer.
Very well.
You don't see many crows around here.
I hope so.
How so?
You know of Molestown, correct?
Aye. It's just about the only village around. And there are whores there. So, inevitably.
Exactly. And a Black Brother's place is at the wall, not between some whore's thighs.
Well, a bit of fucking never hurt anyone.
That's not the issue. And anyway... No cart, eh? Just what I expected.
Greetings, my lord, from the Night's Watch. Another fool falls prey to the merchant ruse. It works every time.
I don't like your tone.
Oh, no reason to get upset. If you cooperate, we won't do you any harm. Give me your purse, your boots, your weapons, and all the rest of your valuables.
You don't know who you are speaking to, scum.
Indeed. A brother of the Night's Watch. Funny, isn't it? You're in charge of keeping the peace, and we've gone and robbed you.
Have you ever noticed how sometimes you come across a man best left alone? I am such a man.
That man is completely mad.
Two little whelps and their father. I won't even break a sweat.
You're right. After all, the more madmen, the merrier. This way, my friend. We have a customer.
I prefer this.
Since you don't wish to cooperate, we'll just help ourselves.
Okay. This is interesting. Okay. I may have gone a bit overboard, didn't I? I also don't have any flasks left.
Silence! Someone's coming.
Good day, my lord. What can we do for you?
Very well.
You don't see many crows around.
I hope so.
How so?
You know of Molestown, correct?
Give me your purse, your boots, your weapons, and all the rest of your... Since you...
Not a problem.
Oh! Have mercy, my lord! Spare me, and I'll tell you where our stash is buried. You won't regret it. You'll be rich.
Tell me where you hid it. I want details.
We buried the coin we collected. It's in the area surrounding the campfire. You'll find it easily. Half of our loot is tucked away behind the bushes. There's a little hidden place, and the rest was buried near the hollow trunk, at the top of the hill. Oh, I beg of you, keep your promise and let me go.
What promise? Your coin will feed the Night's Watch, and you will feed the crows.
Ah!
These imbeciles can always try their tricks in the Seven Hells. Now let's return to Poddy. It wasn't so difficult to find after all. Now, this coin won't end up in a slut's purse, now or ever.
I like that this armor has you carrying heads. Or heads on it, and ears and all those other pieces.
They had hidden it well, but you need more than that to fool me. This coin would serve us better, rather than waste it on whores.
Uh-huh. Okay then. Let's find him. The deserter. There's something there, obviously. I'll go pick it up. The old gods. Fair enough. Why is an archive like that though doing in the woods near Moldstown? Alright, first, let me see if I can find more treasure around here. Nope, nothing here. Alright then, let's get this deserter. Hold on. There we go.
Empty your pockets straight away.
Do not come any closer.
I will do as I please.
Done with this craven. It's time I returned and brought word of the Icemark mission to Mormont.
Alright. Enough. Go home. Well, home.
Ah, Mort, you're expected by the Lord Commander. He put me on lookout for you and ordered that you be sent to him as soon as you arrived.
Do you know why Mormont wants to see me?
One of Halfhand's men has arrived to bring tidings of Icemark. The wildlings. Our brothers killed. It's a dark day for the Night's Watch.
I know. Winter is coming. You may go warm yourself, Lothar. I shall go see Mormont.
Okay, Splendor. I don't have the coin for this. I can obviously sell a bunch of the stuff that I've gathered. Okay. Alright, 100. Though obviously this will... this would be far more expensive than that. The Red Viper's Spear. Eris the Mad's Axe. Lion's Tooth. Clearly. I don't have any of the coin for this. Or any of this. Let's see Mormont.
Most of them seem like reliable lads.
I prefer the kids. They look all innocent, but they often adapt better. It's not easy for a man who already has a life to take the black.
He's always painting and no longer talks to anyone.
We knew that there must have been more of them out there. On the other hand, my pig. I was the
Hey, it seems Mormont wants us to retake Icemark.
Morse! What do you want of me, Walder?
I have finished restoring the statuette that you entrusted me with just before you left to track down Gorold.
Really? Let's have a look.
I must say it was a true pleasure. Brothers normally ask me to paint them a pretty woman with big teats and spread legs. But I must say that this is a little more original. I realize we aren't the best of friends, but this statue is a work of art. I hope I treated it with the attention it deserved. I'm rather proud of my work. I returned it to its original colors, and it looks like new.
It's beautiful work, Walder. I have never seen such a striking likeness of the warrior. It's as if you have given him life.
It would appear the frost has not completely eaten away my hands. I hope you don't regret the price you paid for this job.
Not at all. This statue is worth more than you can imagine.
True. Actually, I have a vague idea of it. I've already seen this kind of work in the past, but only once, at the Great Sept of Baelor of King's Landing. I recall legends telling of statues made by the first disciples of the Seven, when they still strode the hills across the narrow sea. They were carved into a star that the Seven had torn from the heavens. These statues depicted the true face of the gods, just as they were when they showed themselves to the Andals.
And it is said that the Andals' greatest heroes carried them off when they snatched Westeros from the first men and the ancient gods.
How could a man such as yourself find himself in possession of such a precious object? I've never taken you to be such a devout man.
This statuette of the warrior has always belonged to my family, as far back as the bloodline stretches. It is because of this that he walks alongside us. Have you heard of the Battle of the Field of Fire?
Ah, now there's another great tale. At the time of Aegon the Conqueror's conquest, the Lannister king and the King of the Reach united their forces to fight the Targaryen and their dragons.
This is not just any old tale. This battle really took place, and it was the greatest massacre in the history of the Seven Kingdoms. On that day, more than 4,000 knights perished in the fire of those three great dragons. Amory Westford, my ancestor, fought under the colors of the lion, as is our duty. When the shadows of the dragons blotted out the sky, and their fire engulfed both men and beasts, he prayed for his life, as he had never done before. He swore then, on his immortal soul, that he would search for and gather all 7, collecting the 6 other statues which accompany the warrior. Amory survived, and he set about his quest to give thanks to the 7. He never succeeded, and our bloodline inherited his oath.
I imagine that faith comes more easily when one rushes into the jaws of such monsters. It's a beautiful tale all the same. You know, I could maybe help you keep this ancient promise, Moors.
Let's just say that I'm interested. What do you hope to gain from it?
Sometimes it's pleasing to be able to work on something just because it's beautiful, Moors. What I want is to finish what I've begun, before I'm judged by the Father.
Would you do it for free?
I've not taken so much joy in anything since I chose to take the Black, and you know how important the faith is to me. If I could help you accomplish this sacred vow of your ancestors, I'd be paying homage to the gods for all their graces.
And how would you do that?
This statuette, it was created to be part of the group of 7.
Yes, we already spoke of it.
Wait, you don't understand. I've studied it closely, and I can tell you it was made to be bonded to other objects carved from the same strange rock. Probably a bracelet or an amulet that the Andal warriors bore, like the 7-pointed star they carved into their chests. I believe I'm capable of reconstructing such a work. More than 4,000 years after its imagining, it would be magnificent.
Walder, what are you suggesting? I do not follow.
I should be able to make copies of the statuettes that go with this one. With good models, it should be possible.
Out of the question. That would mean going back on the word of my ancestors. This is about an act of faith and the honor of my bloodline, Walder.
Forgive me. I understand what you say. I've never seen a rock that compares to this one. It's perhaps true what the legends say when they claim they were carved from a star fallen from the heavens.
That may well be. I thank you, and I would leave you now.
Wait, I can restore them, just as I brought the warrior back to life for you. These statuettes are not unique, though extremely rare. I told you I remember seeing 3 whole sets in the Great Sept of Baelor.
You speak of a world which is closed to us, my brother.
I'd be happy to share this dream with you. If you ever manage to lay your hands on another of these precious relics, I doubt it would be in good repair. But I can restore all their beauty for you.
I thank you, Walder. Indeed, your help would be invaluable to me.
Truly? Well, all that remains for me is to pray to the 7 that they finally bestow their kindness upon you, Morse.
We have what remains of our lives to find out.
May the warrior guide your arm, and the crone light your way.
And may the Father forgive you for everything else.
You're bloody right there, brother.
Careful what you wish for. You want there to be an attack, not me.
Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have some work for me there in your pouch?
I haven't forgotten you, Walder. If I have anything for you, you will be the first to know.
May the 7 keep you...
Look how they're gorging themselves.
Joer, Lothar told me that you wanted to see me as soon as I arrived.
Yes. One of Quarren the Half-Hand's men arrived before you and told me what happened at Icemark. Have you found Poddy? Or his remains?
Poddy deserted. I tracked him down in the forest north of Molestown and managed to kill him just as he was attacking a young girl. I also took care of a couple of cutthroats I came across as they prepared to ambush passers-by.
Raiders so near to Castle Black. If only we had enough men to send more patrols deep into the gift. So, not a single one of these green boys will have survived his first day as a brother of the Night's Watch. I know enough about what happened there for now. Mors, there is another matter we must discuss. I don't know if you noticed the soldiers with the blue tabards downstairs. They're the men of Jon Arryn, the King's Hand.
Ah, the men you told me about before I left for Icemark. Those who came to meet me.
Yes. According to their message, they were looking for one of the heroes of Stag's Mount. You are the only one here who fits that description.
Do we know more about what they want from me?
Yes. They brought me a letter written by Jon Arryn. I'll let you read it. You can see for yourself what it's about.
Arryn, that sly old fox hasn't changed a whit. 15 years without a word, and all of a sudden he writes to beg a favor of me. I'm not even surprised.
Why are you receiving a personal missive from the King's Hand?
He's an old friend. We fought side by side in Robert Baratheon's rebellion. He saved my life more than once.
There is a passage that I don't understand. Mentions a girl, the darkness, and your wife, Serena. What does it mean?
Arryn is an intelligent man. This is a message only I can decipher. During the war, when we fought together, I never once used the services of a whore. Arryn knew and would tease me for it. He liked to say that I feared the darkness that lurked in brothels. I would reply that the thought of my wife was sufficient to clear away any darkness. The girl he mentions in his letter must be hidden in a whorehouse. The only one I know of nearby is in Molestown. Old Arryn knows me well. 15 years later, I'm still faithful to my wife.
It is good that you honor the chastity of our order, Mors. But are you doing it for the right reasons? Our vows are clear. We must leave behind our wives and children. If you are true to your oath, it must not be out of love for Serena, but out of respect for the Night's Watch.
I know, Joer. We have spoken of this countless times, but I am unable to forget them.
Be that as it may, he must have felt seriously threatened to write such a cryptic message. This does not bode well. I conferred with his emissary, Sir Godric Donnelly. He convinced me that his mission did not conflict with our duties. And if we help them, Arryn will convince King Robert to send us the recruits, materials, and supplies that we so sorely lack. Molestown is in the gift under the jurisdiction of the Night's Watch. You have my authorization to go there with Sir Godric.
Thank you, Joer. I will finally be able to repay my debt to Jon Arryn.
Remember, Mors, the Night's Watch does not interfere in politics. If, for some reason, you suspect that something is wrong, return to Castle Black.
Very well. I will go find this Godric.
Alright then.
So much the better. It's cold enough here at Castle Black.
Let's start with Godric. Alright. Hold on. What's this?
Get that dog out of here.
Something's showing up, clearly. Might be upstairs. Hard to know. Let's check. At least hard to know from down here. The Great Hall. There used to be two Great Halls, one for the nobles, one for the commoners. Oh.
Good day to you, Moors. You wouldn't by any chance have... May the seventh...
Why have we lost all discipline? Because the wildlings have been quiet.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's Wilder. Fine then. Must be a pain to fill that up. When you have to feed so many men. Right, warm plate gauntlets. Okay, that's something I can possibly use. Yes.
Do you know what Walder's been up to lately? He's always painting.
I presume that you are Jon Arryn's men. The Lord Commander spoke to me about you.
Indeed. I am the knight Godric Donnelly, and this is my lieutenant, Jared. And you must be Sir Mors Westford.
Indeed.
Jon Arryn described you as one of the true heroes of the Battle of Stag's Mount. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance.
I knew someone named Mors Westford at one time, during the Baratheon Rebellion. A real son of a bitch, who I hold directly responsible for the death of my brother. I wouldn't have expected to find him at the wall.
Hold your tongue, Jared. We're in Night's Watch territory here. Whatever our past quarrels, we're on a mission here. Please excuse this interruption, Sir Westford. If you have read the letter, you must already know our reason for being here.
Pardon me, Sir Donnelly. I'd like to clear something up with your lieutenant. Your name is Jared, isn't it? You say we met during the Baratheon Rebellion?
You don't remember me, do you? I am not surprised. I was just a simple warrior of no title at the time. I remember you well. The furious knight come from the Westerlands to help us take down King Targaryen. We fought in the same army. The man who had my brother executed, just because we'd looted a village and had our way with a couple of wenches after our victory.
You violated the laws of the Seven Kingdoms, of honor and of the faith. Leading an army requires discipline, and those who don't respect it get what they deserve.
And yet, when it was all about overthrowing King Targaryen, we violated the laws of allegiance and of honor there too. But I don't remember hearing you complain of it.
No. My loyalties were to my liege, Lord Tywin Lannister. I was abiding by the oath I took. No one asked you to pillage that village. Your brother was the captain of your band of mercenaries, and he was accountable for your actions. He paid the price for it.
At least I see that justice caught up with you in the end, Knight. I doubt you would have chosen to take the black of your own accord. You will live out your days here.
Enough, Jared. Shut it. Go get some fresh air. You need to change your tune. Forgive me, Sir Westford. Jared is a fierce fighter, but he doesn't always know when to hold his tongue. I was unaware that you two had so much history between you.
Let us return to the task that the King's Hand has entrusted us with. Indeed. I heard that Jon Arryn had fallen ill recently. How does he fare?
It has been some time since we left King's Landing to come north to the Wall. No news has reached our ears since then. Nonetheless, knowing the Lord of the Eyrie, it is probably nothing. He has an iron constitution. Everyone knows that.
I just hope that he has not aged too much. Very well. I believe I know where the girl is. The one Jon Arryn speaks of in his letter.
Perfect. I knew we could count on you. Lord Arryn only gives his trust to men of great worth. Then tell me, sir, where is she?
What do you plan on doing when you have found her?
She must be protected. I'm sorry, but I'm under strict orders. I cannot speak of our destination.
As long as you take her far from here. Castle Black is not exactly an ideal place for a young maid. According to the information given in the letter, there is no doubt about where the girl is. She is hiding in Molestown.
In Molestown? The village we passed along the King's Road?
Yes. To protect themselves from the constant cold outside, the inhabitants have built an underground passage. I will lead us there. We will no doubt find her there. Strangers are seldom seen in these parts. We'll ask the villagers about her.
Very well. Let us get on our way.
Hold on. I just received a raven with a message from King's Landing. Dark wings. Dark words.
What is it?
Let's go outside, Moors. I don't wish to speak of this in the common hall.
What's going on, Joer?
Very well. The King's Hand, Jon Arryn, is dead.
Your return to River Spring was filled with inauspicious discoveries. The situation is even worse than you had feared. Without the Lord to keep the peace, the people have begun to rebel in desperation. Your intervention was able to quell the uprising before how long. Worse yet, if you do not swear allegiance to the king, River Spring will soon be placed in the hands of Valar, the power-hungry half-brother. This is why you now stand before the gates of King's Landing, the capital of the Seven Kingdoms and the heart of its political intrigues. You hope to find your brother, Gawain, for a dark shadow of suspicion hovers over him after her father's assassination. Alright.
Hello, my lord. Oh, would you be Lord Sarwick? Say, have you got anything for old Wren? Just a coin for a wounded veteran?
I do not remember you, old man. How do you know my name?
I worked at River Spring back in the day, my lord. With all due respect, you've gotten a few wrinkles, but you've not changed much.
Would you also know my brother? I have come here to see him.
No, my lord. I've never seen him in the flesh. It's his people that we know, especially Hub, the groom. He comes to the taverns to throw back a few pints, and then he talks. He told us that Lord Gawain returned there not long ago to visit his father, and now Lord Sarwick is dead. There are rumours that your brother is back in town. There's no way to be sure, because Hub has not shown his face in a while. You would almost think the man had lost his thirst for ale.
It has been years since I last set foot in the capital. Any news of late?
A lord like you must be interested in the Red Keep. It's up there, on Aegon's High Hill. It's there where you'll find King Robert and his Queen Lannister, and all of their court and their knights. It's there that anything of import occurs. The rest of the city is for the small folk. You've got craftsmen, the best in the realm, and whores, also the best. You can find just about everything you want in King's Landing.
I know enough. Here for your troubles. May you walk in the light of R'hllor.
May the Seven watch over you, my lord.
Alright, a hive of scum and villainy, like you will never see again. King's Landing. The gold cloaks. Not the ones from the show, no. This is based on the book license, so they don't look like the ridiculous gold cloaks in the show. Like, a lot of the armor in the show doesn't make sense.
The latrines, and the tide as well. How could I forget such a bouquet?
Welcome to King's Landing. The sewer of King's Landing. Okay.
Take a look.
Ah, those lag spikes. They're so annoying. What do we have here? Potions merchant. I can sell these. I don't have a healing flask, actually.
Cheapest goods in all of...
There he is, Axe. Just like I said.
Good job. I'll take care of him.
Think you're going somewhere, pretty boy?
I see that the cutthroat business continues to flourish.
You're not just talking to any old bandits here. We're called the Reapers. Now, Lord Sarwick will come with us quietly. I can be very unpleasant when there's too much noise.
If you know who I am, then you know that I am of a noble family. If anything happens to me, the watch will be on your tail for the rest of your miserable lives. That seems a large price to pay for a bounty.
Don't worry about us. Once we've gotten the bounty, we'll have more than enough to pay off the city watch.
What reward are you talking about?
You are kin to Gawain Sarwick, are you not? A man worth 100 gold dragons.
It's his bloody brother, I tell you. He has to know.
Who would put a bounty of 100 gold dragons on my brother's head? That's madness!
'Twas the Watch, pretty boy, and none other. Your brother is accused of killing Lord Sarwick of Riverspring. A damned kinslayer.
I still fail to understand the link between the reward for my brother and me. No one has put a bounty on my head as far as I know.
Perhaps. But you must know where he is. If you don't want to tell us, we'll spread the word that we beat you to a pulp. So your brother will show his face, and then we'll have him.
Right. Since I can't reason with you, let's settle this with steel. The Light of R'hllor will welcome you home.
Right. Once I've broken all of your teeth, you'll beg me to release you to your god.
I couldn't heal. I got stuck in there, and I didn't want to use the milk of the poppy. Not there. Because guess what? Potions are expensive, as you might discover.
Good. Now, Lord Sarwick will come with us quietly. If you don't want to tell us, we'll... Right.
Come on, Alistair.
Halt! What's going on here? Disarm yourself immediately in the name of the king.
Shit! Gold cloaks. We'll see you again, lordling. The Reapers never forget an enemy.
Can you explain all of this to me, my lord?
These thieves attacked me. I simply defended myself.
I have never seen you in the city before, sir. Could you tell me your name?
My name is Alistair Sarwick.
Now I understand why you were attacked. You're the brother of the man accused of killing his father. This story certainly has tongues wagging. Your brother has quite a bounty on his head. And since the populace is starving to death, it could cause you problems. Keep your eyes open.
Thank you for your consideration.
Whatever the case, your attackers bolted like rats. Do you have any notion of who they were?
They claim to be called the Reapers. Does that mean anything to you?
Perhaps. A couple of useless brutes and thieves who crawl through the city sewers. Petty thugs for the most part. Their boss must be quite clever to still be working after all these years. But we'll get them sooner or later, trust me.
fight. There's enough here for everyone. Slow stewed stag meat.
Alright, that's some really good armor over there. Not that the one I have isn't bad, because the one I have is also pretty good. Amber seal. Well, I do need a lot of coin if I want to make this work. Yeah, for every dodge chance of critical hit, okay, that's something that would be very good.
In honey, traditional and delicious. Closer, straight from me.
A shield. Sir Duncan the Tall. The just made two-handed. The lion's tooth. Okay.
Eat for 3 days.
The Sarwick residence is not far from here.
What's this?
It's the men of the watch.
They've come to get Sarwick, the one with the price on his head.
Death to the Kinslayer!
Hold him!
We only found the servants, Lord Wex.
Do you jest? There was no one else?
No, my lord.
Gawain is not here, Sir Velar.
Velar.
Oh.
I'm searching for your master, Gawain Sarwick. You won't save him, but you can still save yourself. Tell me where he is.
Ooh.
We don't know where he is. He's not been here for months.
Take him to the Red Keep.
No, I haven't done anything. I know nothing. Let me go!
Lambert, no! Leave him be, please, sir! My lord, mercy. My husband is a good man and loyal to the crown. He knows nothing. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Jenna! Jenna! No! Why by the seven?
Oh, awful! Sir, the crowd is restless.
Let them be restless. Wex, have this residence watched. I'll let you know if I manage to drag anything out of his lackey.
Velar.
Alistair. So, the rumors of your return were true. That red priest arriving in the middle of the ceremony like a ghost from the past. That was you. Did you return to go to your brother's execution?
Gawain was arrested?
Not yet, but it shouldn't be too long. I will personally make sure of it.
Do you really need to massacre our servants to find our brother?
Oh, so now we're brothers, are we? Yet when we were children, that was out of the question. I was just a bastard in your eyes. Now I serve the Queen, and I have orders to stop your kinslayer of a brother.
How can you be sure of his guilt?
His disappearance from River Spring pointed the finger to his guilt, but not to worry. We'll straighten everything out once I've got my hands on him.
I plan on finding him before you and your men, in order to uncover the truth of this matter. So, tell me, how is it that the Crown personally gave you this task?
This task is normally for the Watch.
But the Queen personally requested that one of her trusted men settle this matter. After all you made me endure when we were young. Rest assured that it is a pleasure to have been given this task. Moreover, Gawain could have gotten in my way, as the legitimate heir. But once he's lost his head, I doubt he'll bother me again.
Don't count on it, Valar. I have returned, and I intend to keep you from perpetrating your crimes.
Whatever claims and duties you had towards the Sarwick family, you turned your back on them long ago. River Spring will soon be mine, and no one will stop me.
I was not in exile, Valar. I left of my own free will, and I am free to return whenever I see fit. I am the legitimate son of Lord Sarwick.
You were the heir, but you abandoned your inheritance 15 years ago.
Trust me, Valar. It was better for you that I left. Whatever happens, I shall be the Lord of River Spring.
And yet, you cannot ignore that I am betrothed to your sister, Eliana. By all the laws of the realm, River Spring will go to me when we are wed, and there is nothing you can do about that. As you can see, the interests of the Sarwicks will soon be my own, dear big brother. It was time someone took care of them.
I heard of this charade. Don't delude yourself too much, Valar. I shall put a stop to it.
This alliance was decided by the crown itself, and Eliana fully consented. You see, it's all been taken care of. Like for Gawain, who will be found and judged for his crime. It is the royal will, Alistair. It would not be prudent to oppose it.
The Crown will first hear what I have to say. I will go and request an audience, and we shall see about my brother and this marriage. You're going after Gawain. You plan on marrying Eliana. From one day to the next, you go from a bastard without a lineage to being an heir to River Spring. Don't try to convince me that you're content to go along with the royal will. This isn't going to lead me anywhere. Once my rights have been re-established, I will once again be Lord Sarwick. And I will find my brother.
Don't count on it. I'm in charge of the matter. The Sarwick manse will remain sealed until further notice. The City Watch will keep an eye on it, so stay away from this house. Do not get in my way, Alistair, I'm warning you.
Trust me, we will meet again. Tell me, I saw you in the hands of the Gold Cloaks earlier. You are a servant of Gawain, are you not?
Leave me be. I've done nothing wrong. I'm no one. I know nothing.
Calm down. I am not with them. I mean you no harm.
No harm? That's what they told Janna as well, while they dragged us outside. Poor Janna. She may have been a poxy bitch who was always haranguing me about my heavy drinking, but she didn't deserve what she got. In the mother's name, she didn't deserve what she got. When Master Gawain sees the misfortune that has befallen his poor household, he will not be happy. He'll be enraged, more like.
About that, I am Alistair Sarwick, his brother. I am here to find him. Tell me what has happened here.
Oh, in the Father's name, poor me, Master Gawain's brother. 1,000 pardons, my lord. I didn't know. My name is Hub, your brother's groom. With all due respect, he did not discuss family often. If truth be told, he never mentioned having a brother.
How could it be otherwise? Gawain was not but a child when I left River Spring.
How so?
I won't dally on this matter any longer, groom, but note that I am here to help. Please, tell me what happened.
The City Watch entered the home by force and demanded to speak with the Master, but they did not find him. It had been a long time since we'd seen him here anyway. He sometimes sent us instructions. We received a letter not long ago. The steward Lambert kept it. He knew how to read, he did. That's actually why they took him away. He knew a bit more than the others. The mother take pity on him.
That seems important. Did the steward mention the letter's contents?
Aye, he said that Lord Gawain was headed to King's Landing, and that we had to prepare for his arrival. But judging from the face he made, there was something else written.
and not good tidings.
Do you know what has happened to the letter?
The gold cloaks ransacked the house. It must be lost somewhere in the jumble. I must also warn you that a woman's letter arrived the other day. Perfumed and all. Lambert made that one disappear right quickly. He said it was Master Gawain's private affairs, and that it wasn't to be gossiped about.
What did he do with it?
Lambert hid all important documents in a special hiding place. It's in his room, upstairs.
Interesting. With a little luck, the Watch won't have found it. I need those letters.
Did you see the gold cloaks at the door, my lord? It's dangerous.
Gawain had quite a head start on me. He should have arrived in King's Landing long ago. You say he never came here?
No, my lord, and he did well not to. The men of the City Watch keep coming to ask questions about him. They told us that Lord Gawain was a criminal. They even promised a pile of gold for his head. Since then, all of King's Landing's wretches have spread the word. Yesterday, 3 of them even tried to beat me into telling them where he was. Lambert wouldn't let me leave the house after that. And today, the gold cloaks arrived as if they knew the master had returned. But they're wrong. No one here has seen him.
I have to go and look inside. The men of the Watch guard the entrance. Do you know another way in?
Perhaps. The service trapdoor leading to the cellar behind the house. Would that do?
Are the men of the City Watch not watching it?
I have no idea. But it's Gawain they were interested in, not the house itself.
Let us go. Show me the way.
Very well. But let us pick up the pace. I've no desire to remain here.
Sir.
Crew is made up of rascals and brigands, my lord. They mill about town like the pox. It was a good thing that you were here. Here we are. Do you see the trapdoor over there? It leads into the cellar. Practical and discreet. I've used it many a time coming home from the tavern.
And not a guard in sight. Perfect. I'll take it over from here.
Once you're down there, climb to the ground floor. Careful, the cellar is somewhat badly lit. Lambert hid his papers in his quarters. In a small recess behind an old shield. The woman's letter should be there. As for the other, well now, I don't know what to tell you. Check all the rooms. It must be somewhere.
I'll find it. Not to worry.
May the seven be with you, Lord.
Okay then. Let's go inside then. The servant trapdoor. For the cellar.
No, this door opens onto the square. Not exactly a discreet exit.
Yes, well, obviously I'm concerned about not getting seen by the guard. Or, well, the city watch. Still, need to find that other letter.
Our manse was ransacked. The city watch really had a field day.
Well, it doesn't matter, really, does it? So the shield. This one, probably. Let's see.
I see. It would appear that my little brother developed an
Unbelievable. We have guards at every entry point, but there's always a rat who manages to crawl in. Come on, men. There's vermin to get rid of here.
Alright. Let's see about the whorehouse. Well, I had to use that milk of the poppy. At least there. No chance otherwise. Free of the city watch after all against me. Still no real chance. Alright, nothing over here. Okay, a brothel. That's King's Landing, at least in this game. Not really impressive, is it? Should
Now here's a visitor who brings back pleasant memories. Is that really you, Sir Alistair?
It has been a long time, Shataya.
It has been years since you honored us with your presence. It's been so long, I thought you'd lost interest in houses of pleasure.
You weren't wrong about that. My eyes have been opened to the light of R'hllor, and I took up the red robes of priesthood.
The gods gave us voices with which to sing their praises, hands to build their temples, and desire to honor them through our lovemaking.
You haven't changed, Shataya, but I have.
Excellent. If there's anything I can do to lighten your worries, it would be my pleasure. Just ask.
I'm looking for a certain Falena. Is she one of the girls in this house?
Falena is one of my most enchanting girls, and she is well educated. She will be just impertinent enough to please you, my dear. I'm surprised that you know her.
I learned that she was, rather close to my brother.
Of course. I should have known. Gawain very much enjoyed Falena's attentions. Would you care to spend some time in her pleasant company?
It would be a pleasure.
Do go upstairs. Her room is at the end of the corridor on the left. She has been rather sad as of late. Perhaps you will succeed in comforting her.
I'll see what I can do.
But I'm in no haste, and I'll have a drink first, and pour one for yourself.
Someone has to...
Yes, Sir Alan?
Not for the time being. I must leave you, Shataya.
It's always a pleasure talking.
One little jiggle from her, and I'll be... Damn it, I've lost again.
They really are delicious.
Over here, girlies. My friend here needs fresh meat. Let him eat his fill.
Alright. Entry in Codex. Let's see about Tyrion Lannister. Seal of Knowledge. You can gain some good gold out of this.
Many pardons, my lord, but are you not Sir Alistair Sarwick? I heard tell that you had returned to the Seven Kingdoms.
Indeed. You appear to know much about me. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I realize that my impromptu intervention might have startled you, my lord, but pray, do not take umbrage. The return of a war hero could not help but attract my attention, particularly when his return proves to be so ostentatious.
I won no honors in the war, just scars. But you have yet to introduce yourself.
Your modesty does you honor, my lord. You forged quite a name for yourself fighting for King Robert in his rebellion. Excuse my rudeness. I've not yet told you my name. I am Lord Varys, and I hope you will count me as a friend. We never crossed paths 15 years ago, but perhaps you have heard of me?
Lord Varys. Oh yes, I know you. You were Master of Whisperers to old King Aerys Targaryen. I did not recognize you, disguised as you are. I remember a more elegant man of the court.
Well, I am delighted to hear that. Let us simply say that I sometimes prefer to go unnoticed.
You haven't changed. Already in the time of Aerys, it was said that you had eyes in every court in Westeros, and that you knew everything about everyone. We rebels called you the Spider. Some of our lords were wary of you. You made some enemies along the way.
Alas, the people of the Seven Kingdoms have little affection for eunuchs. All of those noble knights and grand lords are loath to risk their reputations with informers and spies. But in the Game of Thrones, information is power. Those who most despise us are often the first to benefit from our whispers.
You, who were loyal to House Targaryen, I had thought that you would have fallen with King Aerys.
My loyalty is to the crown, Sir Alistair, not to he who wears it. The moment that Robert Baratheon sat upon the Iron Throne, my duty was to assist him.
And he agreed to it. I hadn't thought that King Robert was a great friend to eunuchs and spiders.
Oh, he is not, my lord, as the gods are my witness. But it is in his nature to pardon defeated enemies who pay him homage, and that is to his great credit. Thus I kept my role as Master of Whispers, as well as my seat on the King's Council.
You must be a very busy man then, Lord Varys. I imagine that it is not coincidence that brings you to speak with me.
You are correct, my lord. I wanted to discuss the Baratheon rebellion.
Why not? There is one question that I have never been able to be free of. Do you believe that the rebellion was a good thing, after all is said and done? Is King Baratheon a better king than Targaryen?
Old King Aerys was mad, my lord. Mad and cruel. That no one can deny. His habit of burning the great people of the kingdom alive could only bring him to ruin. After that, any idiot could have passed for a good king. As for his majesty, Robert, his subjects loved him. Of that I have little doubt. But he pays little heed to matters of the realm and remains blind to the enemies around him. I fear that a new storm brews on the horizon. Does that knowledge make you regret your part in the rebellion?
Some good came of it, all the same. I find comfort in telling myself that all was not done in vain.
You were just one young knight amongst hundreds of others, and Tywin Lannister was always a demanding master. He dragged you into that war, and you carried out your duty as a bannerman.
At the time, Lord Tywin wanted a foot in each camp. When he ordered us to fight for Robert, I chose to follow his orders, yes.
Why such bitterness, my friend? You fought valiantly, and, more importantly, you were on the winning side. You could have brought renown, fortune, and glory to your house, if you had so wished. And yet, when the time came to reap the benefits of your efforts, you turned away and left Westeros. I admit that I do not understand why.
The rebellion was not nearly as noble as it is portrayed in the tales and songs. You yourself know that. It is one thing to face an armed enemy. It is quite another to attack those who are already vanquished. Let us say that the last orders that I received left a bad taste in my mouth. I preferred to go. I did not want glory won in that manner.
It was a courageous decision, sir. It is often easy to forget that it is our choice whether or not to obey. Perhaps it would interest you to learn that your old squire, Valar, did not spurn the honors as you did. Lord Tywin Lannister covered him in gold and knighted him to reward him for his exploits and his unfailing loyalty.
For his unspeakable brutality, you mean to say? I had the opportunity to behold his work again in the square. Such a wild beast should not be left to roam free, much less granted a command. It is an invitation to disaster.
Have a care, my friend. Sir Valar has become an important member of the court. He is a faithful supporter of Queen Cersei's, and he could cause you great harm if you were to make him an enemy. I strongly recommend that you avoid making such remarks in public.
I watched him grow in both size and ferociousness. I know what he is capable of better than anyone. No need to worry, though. I won't go provoking him without cause.
What a relief. Now, I'm afraid that I must beg your leave. Please excuse me. I'm afraid that my little birds are always chirping and demanding my attention. Make the most of your stay with Chattia. I hope to see you again soon.
And with that, I'm going to stop this video. Costin signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. That was fun. That's how you use a good actor in your video game. CD Projekt Red. Yeah, oh yeah, we have Charles Dance and we completely waste them as a result of that, the way we write them. We write them here. Anyway, Costin signing out.